Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-April 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Libra. Libra, it's totally fine if you find this video a few days before the middle of the month, a few days after the middle of the month. You'll find it when you need it. As always, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on. My readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly. Also, you'll be notified when I post videos in the future, and I do typically post a couple Libra videos a month. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. We're also going to do a column taking a look at just general what's going to happen through the end of April. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a healing crystal, and a healing note for you. But let's see here, summary card for what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card Rediscovery. So likely in the last few weeks, there's something that you have rediscovered, maybe a passion for something. You can see this card. This is also about finding your inner child. Overall, really, really wonderful card though, Libra. Let's see what messages we have here. The first card we have is the Judgment card. Anytime I see the Judgment card, I always like to point out this card is favorable to you. Always favorable card for you, Libra. With the Judgment card, this is a card of clarity. This is like a wake-up call and finding your life's purpose. Possibly that's what this rediscovery is indicating, but very much so a card of clarity and life's purpose. The next card we have is Temperance. Temperance also, believe it or not, is a very good card for you. Anytime I see it, it's a card that's a positive for the person I'm reading for. So with the card of Temperance, this is a card of balance, harmony, patience, moderation. You see them pouring water between the 2 cups on this card. It's that perfect balance. So clarity and balance. Love that for you. Then at the bottom here, we do have the 7 of Cups. If you look at this card, there's something different in each of these cups. And it's like a lot of different things going on, lots of different choices, lots happening for you. But let's clarify and see what other messages we have here. The first card is the Empress card. The Empress card is a card of creation, a card of abundance. And paired with that Judgment card, when you're clear on what you want, you have the ability to create whatever you want. You have the ability to create that abundance for yourself. So really probably a very creative and abundant time for you as well, Libra. This is also a card of fertility and pregnancy. So some of you could be finding out that you're pregnant, or this could be a time of fertility for you. The next card that we have is the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is a card of expansion. It could be a card of travel. So some of you could have made travel plans or traveled these last few weeks. But it's a card of expansion. But I feel like you're really growing as a person. So when we think about this expansion, it's you and your inner self. Through this rediscovery, through this clarity, through this balance. So really good feelings there. Then at the bottom here, we have the Tower card. The Tower card's a card of unwanted change. It's oftentimes like things just not quite happening exactly the way you wanted it. I typically explain this as like you wanted A, B, C, and instead you got D, E, F. But the nice thing about the Tower is it always does work out for you. This is a card of like having lots of different things going on, lots of different options. Maybe the option you were banking on didn't play out the way you wanted to. The 7 of Cups can also be like a commitment issue card. So maybe this change was like related to a commitment issue, not being ready to commit to something. However, the nice thing is, again, the Tower card is always going to take you where you need to go regardless. And this things that are wrapping up. So if you have been feeling that non-committal energy or having lots going on or having that Tower moment, know that we're at an end and we get to move on from it. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is in general what's going to be happening through the end of April. We have the card efficiency. I love efficiency. For those of you that know me outside of these readings, I work in business efficiencies, so kind of like eat, sleep, breathe efficiency, but likely you'll be getting more efficient on something that you do in the coming weeks, Libra. But let's see what messages we have here. The first card we have is the Chariot. Somebody once described this to me as the Vroom Vroom card. It means that there's action, there's change, you're on a journey. It means things are moving for you. Not sure exactly where you're going, Libra, but things are definitely moving. This could also be an indicator of a new card. When we see the Chariot card, again, this is like new car energy, so you could be getting a new vehicle. The next card that we have is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very free-spirited, very creative type energy. Perhaps with this newfound efficiency, you have more free time. You have the ability to do more things you want to be doing. It's like you're like changing up your life, and it's like pushing you forward on this journey, also giving you this freedom that you might not have felt recently. Then at the bottom here, we have the Wheel of Fortune. For those of you that have watched my readings before, you know that the Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of good fortune, good luck, and it is a turning point. Definitely some of you are at this turning point here. You're at the turning point of being more efficient. You're at that turning point of freedom. You're at that turning point on this journey. So really, really nice energy going into the end of April. Let's clarify though and see what other messages we have. So we have the Judgment card coming back up again. Remember, the Judgment card is always favorable for you, Libra, so one of those cards we love to see. Card of Clarity again, though, and going on your life's purpose, living your life's purpose. So I would say this journey with the Chariot that you're going through is quite meaningful. It's like taking you steps closer to fulfilling your life's purpose and feeling that fulfillment that you desire. The next card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of working hard, but it's like hard work paying off. This is also a card of like mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. It's also very much so that work smarter, not harder, though. It totally makes sense with the efficiency card there. And with that Knight of Wands, again, when we are doing things more efficiently, we have more freedom. So very much so mastering your craft going into the end of this month. The next card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience. It is also a card of hard work. So of course we've been working hard. But it is a card of delayed success or waiting. So if you look at this card, this person planted their pentacles and now they're just sitting there waiting for them to grow. So whatever this Wheel of Fortune turning point energy is, likely it's something you've been waiting for a while. Maybe this journey at one point in time wasn't moving, or you wanted to be more efficient and you didn't have the ability to do so. So nice to see that we're at the turning point, possibly after some significant waiting there for you, Libra. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, businesses you own, investments you have, any of that kind of stuff. And let's see here. The first card that we have is the King of Pentacles. Love really any of the Pentacle cards in the money column. King of Pentacles overall is a really good card. This is a card though of being solid and practical. So I would say, Libra, going into the end of this month, make practical money choices. Like if you've been contemplating a splurge purchase, maybe just wait on it. Not to say that you need to wait, but again, make solid practical money choices going into the end of this month. This is also a card of leadership, so some of you very well could be moving into a leadership role at your job if you're not already. This is also a good investment card too. So if you do have an investment opportunity come up through the end of this month, great investment card with the King of Pentacles. The next card that we have is the Lovers card. The Lovers card obviously is a very love-driven card. It's a card of partnership, a deep love, but it could indicate a decision sometimes. So having to decide between one or two things. So you could have a money-related decision going into the end of this month. This is pretty clearly coming through as a decision type card. The next card we have is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a card of worry. It could be financial loss. I don't know that this is a financial issue card for you. Again, I would be thoughtful making purchases going into the end of this month. But I feel like more of you are worried about money. You're not actually having money issues, but there is some financial worry. But let's clarify this column and see what other messages we have. The first card that we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration. Again, I do think some of you are going to be moving into a leadership role, so that could be celebration there. This is also about having a circle of support. So as a leader, make sure you're supporting your staff and your staff is supporting you. But also celebration related. So there could be a celebration going into the end of this month related to money. It could also be that investment that we're celebrating too. We have the Nine of Swords. So I'm going to echo my message as it relates to the Five of Pentacles. There's not really money issues, but there's money worry that I'm picking up on, Libra. The Nine of Swords is a card of nightmares, anxiety, grief, depression. This person is quite literally worried about something to the point where they're sitting up in bed worried about it. So I do feel like some of you are having financial worries, but it doesn't mean you're having financial struggles. If that's the case, absolutely don't make those splurge purchases that we talked about. So be thoughtful there. But it's like you'll have to make money decisions this month also. So you're talking about the Lover's card, and whatever this financial decision that you're making does seem to have you stressed out. The last card that we have here is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on. I will tell you, you should withdraw some of your spending this month, kind of isolate some of that spending this month. With the Eight of Cups, you look at this card, these cups are stacked really nicely and this person is still moving away from it. I will, however, say that this is a good card too. So I do see you moving away from some of these financial worries that you've had with the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, which is a good place to be. Some of you could quite literally be moving jobs too, but I just see you going through a transition period where there seems to be less financial worries. So really like that for you as well, Libra. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationships, children, anything that you associate with love. The first card that we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration, but it also is a card of family, friends, and reunion. So as this relates to the love column, a really wonderful card. It's saying you have good friends, you have good family. This is a good indicator that some of you are growing your family as well. So if fertility or pregnancy is what you're hoping for, that's a good card for you. The next card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very resourceful card as it relates to money, but as it relates to love, this is very much so a card of fertility. This could also be a card of marriage. It's a very domestic type card. So another great fertility card if that's what you're seeking. Then at the bottom here we have the World card. And the World card is a completion of a lesson or a goal. So something is being completed in your love life. And this isn't like completion in the fashion of like a relationship ending. I don't feel like this is like more like leveling up energy, if that makes sense. This could be travel too. So some of you could be traveling with your love interest. Some of you could be moving as well. But let's clarify this card and see what we got going on. The first card that we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of typically not very good relationships. This can be a card of like bully, theft, violence, abusive relationships. Again, those not very good relationships. It is paired with the family friend card. So there could be a conflict with a family or friend this month, or possibly this person, if you do have a reunion, it could be somebody that you've had conflict with in the past. Again, this doesn't feel like current relationship. I'm sure it could be for some of you. But do keep in mind, especially if it is reunion, be cautious because you could have possibly left on bad terms with that person. The next card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles. Those of you that have watched my readings before, you know I love when this happens. We have the same card right on top of each other. So I'm going to echo my message here. This could be a really great marriage card, or definitely a fertility card. So lots of fertility energy associated with the Queen of Pentacles. At the bottom we have the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of envy, materialism, or like obsession, being really hyper-focused on something. Again, for whatever reason, the splurge purchases keep coming through, so do be very careful with that materialistic piece. I'm not quite sure how that trickles over into the love column, but it is. But some of you could be like, I don't know, the Devil card is coming through as worry, so some of you could be worried about this travel that's associated with this card. But again, this World card is very good energy of like leveling up. So possibly some of you could just be like not sure where things are going. Again, worry seems to be the message that's coming through, but the World is very positive, leveling up type energy. Now we're going to take a look at our last column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. So something to take into the month of April with you. We have the card reaction. So when I see the card reaction, it means one of two things typically. So this is sometimes saying that there are feelings that you have not processed yet. So like you still need to have a reaction to some of them. Or this can be kind of like a warning sign as to how things happen in April and not to overreact to them. But let's see what messages we have coming through in this fifth and final column for you. See what takeaways we can give you. The first card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of being very reliable, very patient, very hardworking. This is definitely you, Libra. Patient, hardworking, reliable. Whatever this thing is that you're working on, you do need to keep pushing towards, though. That's the message that's coming through with the King of Pentacles. Kind of that patience and hard work is sticking out there. The next card that we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured. This too needs to be you. Libra, I'm not sure that you're always confident and self-assured in the things that you're doing, but at this point in time, you do need to be very confident and very self-assured. So continue to be patient, continue to work hard, but do be giving yourself that self-assurance. Then at the bottom here, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change, or news coming in. I do think you're going to be getting news. I don't know that overreact is the right way here, but this news is like going to drum up a really strong reaction in you, just because it's something that I feel like you've been working really hard towards, and it's something you've been waiting for. And then when it comes, it's almost like, oh my gosh, this is what I want. And that's where that Queen of Wands self-assurance is coming into play. But let's clarify and see. We have that Ten of Wands first. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress and exhaustion and having lots of burdens. I do feel like some of you are tired and you feel like you've been pushing hard on this one thing for a while. Again, though, the message is coming through to keep pushing here. We're like almost at the top of the hill, but you don't know you're at the top of the hill, Libra. The next card that we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration. I do feel like this is going to be celebration worthy, although when you get this news again, I feel like that reaction is going to be like an overwhelmed type of feeling. This is also a card of friends and family. Again, I just feel like you'll be self-assuring here with that Queen of Wands. That energy sticking out pretty strong, that it will be very confident and self-assured on your part. Then we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is again that necessary transition. So whatever this news is going to be pushing you forward. But it is going to happen quite quickly. And with the Six of Swords, this could also be like, you might be finding out that you're relocating or moving. Not quite sure how all that plays in together, but I'm sure on your end, Libra, that makes more sense. Obviously, I can't know everybody's exact scenario. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. So we're going to answer 3 yes or no questions using our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the Ace of Diamonds. This is the number 9 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the 6 of Diamonds. This is number 51 card. That is going to be a no. And question number 3 is the King of Clubs. This is number 50 card. That's also going to be a no. So no, no, no for you this month, or this go around, Libra. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of April to support you. Your crystal this month is Praise, which is good for composure, helping you slow down. It gives you profound inner peace, which we all love. Helps you come up with solutions, and just helps you kind of trust in life, trusting that process. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Note deck. And your note says, love creates miracles, heals all wounds, and purifies all energies. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, when you subscribe, that benefits me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future Libra videos. If you feel inclined, to include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Libra, and have a wonderful rest of your April.